Hey, good evening. It is Tuesday tea time with Dorarena, and I want to welcome all our first time viewers and all those that will be watching the replay. If this is your first time, we are presented from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to bridge the generational gap between the older and the younger generation to pass on vital knowledge to one another and to the next generation. We empower with practical wisdom and confidence. So I have my cup tonight, and we are my Tuesday tea time with Dorarena. And shout out to Bree for making this cup for me. So we are, oh my goodness. You see, I got a different background tonight. I'm trying something new. It's always good to try something new. So let's get to what is our topic for tonight. Oh my goodness, I've been really, sensing that somebody really needs this tonight. Wisdom topic is growth in darkness. Okay, when you think about growth in darkness, uh, gardening should probably be the first thing that pop up in your mind. I don't know what will pop up in everybody else's mind, but oh, I forgot tea time. I am doing cold sweet tea tonight. And I hope that you have your beverages with you as well, and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. We don't want to miss that, right? All right. So we're talking about growth in darkness, okay? So initially, darkness is required for germination, and later light is required for growth. So we're talking about tonight uh, paralleling what our lives are like versus planting a seed in the ground. Okay, so if you're a gardener, you already know this, but we know that there's all types of seeds, and all seeds do not have to germinate in the dark. But those seeds that do have to germinate in the dark, the acid, gas, and oxygen is very, very important, and so that the seed doesn't become hardened, like dormant, and then it has to, in order for it to be germinated, it has to be softened so that the sprouts can push their way out through the shell of the seed. So, how many know that in order for a seed to produce something, it first must die? But look at this. For life to sprout from a seed, it must first die, breaking free from the shell to become something new. Okay? We're talking about becoming something new. We're talking about growth in darkness. And what came to me earlier was that, don't get in a hurry to shine. Don't get ahead of your growth and try to make things happen, because it's very important during the time of your growth that you are able to germinate properly. And there are just some things that we need to do and not do during that time, like, allowing other people's opinions to interfere with our growth process, or people have good intentions with the things that they share or do, but good intentions are not always the best intentions, especially during our time of growth and us looking within our own selves and deciding what's right for us. What's right for everybody is not what's always right for us, okay? So you can see the correlation. Okay. I want to share this quote with you. You know, I got a quote. So check out this quote, okay? Without continuous personal development, you are now all that you will ever be. Oh my goodness. When I read that, I was like, oh my goodness. You know what? You do not want to stop your personal development. And like I said, when the picture of the seed being in the ground, and there's a lot going on in the dark, and it must have that time in order to sprout out and be strong enough. The roots go deeper than once it's sprout out above the ground. Your roots got to be deeper, because you know what, listen, you have to have the proper character in order to be sustained during your time of your shine, okay? So that you will have the humility and the humbleness, of heart, to be able to stay where you are. Because, we already know that, pride comes before a fall. But if we have the proper character and we have integrity, then we're able to shine like we should, and we will be strong, and we will produce, and we will be a place where other people can be nourished and they can sprout out in their time, because we are giving them the nourishment through our own lives, being a good example to them and letting them know that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And that's really the attitude that we ought to have anyway. Not try to outdo one another, but just know that whatever that uniqueness that you have inside of you, if somebody else can follow their uniqueness, you can follow yours. There's something that you have to add to life, just like the next person. But you want to make sure that you go through that germination stage properly, without allowing other people to interfere with their opinions, so that you can be who you are supposed to be, and not who somebody else think you're supposed to be, or not you even thinking that you're supposed to be what somebody else is telling you that you're supposed to be. And I'm telling you, I want to reiterate this, because I've been getting that somebody's getting impatient, and you just kind of tired of waiting, because you've been waiting and waiting, and it's like, oh man, seem like my life is not producing, is not going anywhere fast enough. That is okay. Do not rush the process, because when you rush the process, let me tell you, there are going to be things that you're going to skip that you are going to need once you shine. So allow that work to be done. And, in patience, you will learn, grow, and be able to be that strong tree that you need to be to have the right character to carry you through your potential, your full potential. All right. That's so important. Okay, let's see, what else do I have to share with you? Let's put this up here. Just like seeds, our growth can be hindered when exposed to too much light, whether it's from others, interference, or good intentions. That's what I'm talking about. When we're going through our process of growth or germination, you know, we do not need to be contaminated with anything else that would subtract from our personality and our characteristics that were, made just for us. And the thing that comes to my mind is the mustard seed. Did you know that the mustard seed cannot be hybrid? Did you know it's a little bitty seed? But you know what? When that tree go, it is huge, and lots of uh, resting places for others to rest upon their branches. Oh, we talking about huge growth, but they cannot be hybrid. You can take a mustard seed and you can plant it on top of a pepper seed, and you will still get a mustard seed that's not contaminated or filtered, uh, or maybe filter is not the right word I want to use, but there's no additives from the pepper. Now, you take a pepper and you put a tomato too close together, and you're going to get hot peppers because they hybrid. But a mustard seed, so we want to be like a mustard seed. We want to not be contaminated by other people's opinions. We don't want to be contaminated by the interference of other people's intentions. This is a time where you are developing into your real self, and it's also a time where you will discover some things about yourself, and you do not need someone else trying to input something different than what should be there. Come on now, you don't want to be a hot pepper if you're supposed to be a mustard seed. You don't want to follow somebody else's potentials or somebody else's dream when you should be following your own. You do not need that. So it's very important that you understand during your growth in darkness, that's the time to just fully develop, because you're going to need everything that you receive during that time to push through the ground, so that when it's your time to shine, you are not coming off dull. Come on. You're not coming off as a reflection of somebody else's dream or potential. You are coming off and coming out and pushing forth as a pure you. And that's what you want. Now, with all of that being said, make sure that whatever you do, glean wisdom. Glean wisdom out of, whatever you go through it, glean wisdom. Don't leave that behind. All right. Yes. There was something else that I wanted to share with you. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me put this up here. And then this will be the last thing. Germination is how a plant develops from a seed into a seedling. Grow from your experiences. You know, you can grow from other people's experience just by observation, by watching people and seeing what the results are and using that as wisdom to know what to do and what not to do. But as far as people trying to tell you how to live your dream, what to do, you'll find out that on your own. You can find that out on your own. And it will come to you because you were made for such a thing as that. How about that? Well, I want to thank you for joining me for Tuesday Tea Time tonight. Remember, don't give up and stay patient during your time of germination, and in time you will come out at the right appointed time and shine. Until then, you just keep sucking up all that nutrition in that area of life until you overflow. All right, this is Dorarena. I love you, and remember to always walk in wisdom. All right. Good night.